fans, it's time to stand and bring in your men. Here they are, your Arizona Cardinals.
Mike Tirico and Greg Olson ready for some preseason football. And off we go from Arizona. Greg, he's one of the veterans of the league now. Here comes Dak Prescott in the Cowboy offense. Season 11 for Dak. He turned 33 back in July and was third in the league in passing a season ago.
And we all know how talented this guy is, Mike, right? From the physical sense, that's obvious. But what really separates him, and it really came through when we had a chance to talk to him this week, is really his ability to operate from the neck up. His processing speed, his decision-making. It seems like he's always one step ahead of the defense, and when he's on, he's proven to be really hard to beat.
And his initial touch, good for a couple. It'll be second down.
Down at the 37-yard line. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
It's another run here for Williams. A nice pickup, moving it across the 40. We'll give him 6 on that play.
Down at the 43-yard line. It's a gain of 6, and it's 3rd down.
3 plays in and a test. It's 3rd and 2. Shotgun snap for Prescott. He's got a receiver, and that's Lamb. And Greg, that is the way you love to start one of those games. Get off the bus, get on the field, get in the end zone. The road team with the first 6 of this one.
And you can just see, Mike, it takes a lot of the air out of the stadium. And this crowd, they're fired up, start of the game, trying to make their presence felt. And the opposing team goes all the way down for an opening drive touchdown. That's an ideal way to start when you find yourself on the road.
Brandon Aubrey now for the extra point. He's got it. Cowboys will take a 7-0 lead.
Cowboys 7, Cardinals nothing.
So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. This will be taken in at the 2. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. It is season 11 for the man bringing out the Cardinals offense, Jacoby Brissett. Originally drafted by the Patriots in 2016. Cardinals now his 6th NFL team.
And, Mike, here's a quarterback that just continues to show up. Now, he might show up in a different uniform every season, but, man, he just continues to show up. He plays steady ball, and teams and coaches know they can trust him, right? He's the guy that you can turn to when your season hasn't gone according to plan, or your starting quarterback is out for an extended period of time. And, you know, throughout his long career, he's continued to be a reliable backup. He's been a starter. He's just a really good teammate and a trustworthy quarterback. And the big man in the middle swallows him up right at the line of scrimmage. And I think the next time this offensive play caller decides to go to the ground game, Mike, I bet you he's going to find a different place along that defensive front to attack.
Once again, it's Love. And tough running there. He's up to the 32. The veteran, Kenny Clark, in on the stop.
That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 7.
Third and 7. McBride is the motion man. On 3rd down, they'll throw with Brissett. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag comes in.
Defense.
That might make this a 1st down.
What a swing of events. You go from thinking you've forced the punt, and you're going to get the ball back, and then all of a sudden you see the flags come in, and now you find yourself having to line up and defend a fresh set of downs.
Now they'll pitch it out here. And he will not be able to turn upfield. They'll drop him behind the line.
In today's NFL, you just don't see teams invest with first-round picks in the safety position very often. But every once in a while, a guy comes along that's just too good to pass up. That's exactly why they took him this past spring in the draft, and he's making his presence felt here today.
They put Wilson in motion. Throw here down the field. Will fall. Incomplete.
Every team has those vertical shots, Mike. They're on the call sheet, and they feel like they can get behind the defense. I think that was one of them, and just couldn't quite connect downfield because he had pretty good separation.
3rd and long. Working out of the gun, here's Brissett. And this is going to be incomplete. That is a letdown there. Pass looked to be on target. No catch. And now 4th down.
Remember what they told us, Mike, leading up to this game. They said it is so critical for us to find success, especially on 3rd down. We want to maintain possession, extend these drives. Well, the first crack comes up, and they fail through the air, and we're going to have to regroup and be able to have better success throughout the remainder of this game.
Cowboys set to get back to work. And there's a look at Clayton Adams, their offensive coordinator. Adams, year 2 now as the offensive coordinator in Big D. A 1st down throw for Prescott. He'll get that to Javonte Williams. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
What an advantage it brings a defense when you have cornerbacks that are such willing tacklers. It just brings an extra element to the ability to defend the entire field. And this is a great example here why.
From the 20, here's 2nd and 8. Out of the shotgun, they give it to Williams. And he nearly got free. But as it is, gain of 6. It sets up 3rd down.
6 yards. And it's 3rd down.
Operating from the gun. Here's Dak. He bought as much time as he could, but he finally gets taken down.
He has to do a better job identifying where the pressure is coming from, Mike, before the ball is snapped. He's got to get this ball out of his hand, to his outlet, to his hot receiver. But then once he senses the pressure, he kind of panics, and it's an easy sack, and it's going to bring up 4th down.
On 4th down, the veteran Brian Anger runs a punt for Dallas. And the receiver with a fair catch, taken successfully, and that's where he'll turn it over to the offense. The Cardinals offense ready to see what they can do on their 2nd possession. They'll do so with 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Love. Hey, that's a nice job. Something out of nothing. Sidestepping defenders for a gain of 4.
7-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
So, from the 37, here's 2nd down and 6. They'll keep it on the ground, and here's Love. Took that one outside, waiting for that cutback lane, but it never developed. No gain on the carry.
You could tell the entire time that running back is just looking for his crease to get vertical and cut back. But the defense does a great job. Inside-out pursuit, strings this ball out towards the sideline. Nowhere to go, and they make a big stop for no gain.
From the shotgun on 3rd down, Brissett. And that is incomplete. Contact, but no flags. It's going to be 4th down.
But I think it would be a bit of an understatement, Mike, to say that this offense has come out today a bit flat. They haven't picked up a single 1st down through the first 2 drives, and barring a really aggressive decision here, they'll have to wait to their 3rd series to see if they can make it happen.
As the Cowboys go back out on offense, there's a look at the Cardinals defensive coordinator, Nick Wallace. Nick, in Season 4, heading up this Arizona defense. They'll start this on the ground. It's Williams. And he's going to have this one up near the 28. Want to save some of those for the regular season. That's a 1st down.
A gain of 15.
It's just so good to see Javonte Williams back, like playing at this level. It looked like he might never be the same. You think back to that ACL tear back in 2022. It kind of took him a couple seasons, but last year he looked better than ever first year with the Cowboys, and now here he is trying to build on that in year 2.
And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. How about this sequence to start the drive? Back-to-back good gains, 19 for this one.
And this is a play that we'll see them go to pretty often, the traditional zone read, and the quarterback's eyes are just locked in on that defensive end. And if he takes the running back, he's going to pull it and take it himself. If he stays wide on the quarterback, it's a simple give. This is one of the most traditional designed quarterback runs we see at all levels of football, and really well executed.
Pass intended for Williams. It'll bring up 2nd down.
Even though it doesn't result in a sack, when you dial up the right pressure at the right time, Mike, sometimes that's all it takes to lead to that incompletion. The timing is just a little off between the quarterback and his intended target, and the ball falls incomplete.
On 2nd down, it's Dak. In trouble, and down he goes.
The ball just has to come out there, Mike. There's nowhere to go with it. Protection's breaking down. You either got to get that out to a check down, or you just got to throw it at someone's feet and move on to the next play.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. From the shotgun, it's Dak. And they're going to get him for a 2nd time. He goes down again.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
Here's Brian Anger now, as he's on to punt for the 2nd straight drive. Taken at the 19. And that's a nice job of making things more manageable for this offense as he takes it back beyond the 25-yard line. Out comes the Arizona offense. They get ready for their next possession. They've had it twice, and they've punted twice, still seeking that first down of the game as they begin this third drive. Now it's Brissett. He'll try and set up the screen to Love. He's close to a first down to gain a 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down.
To Jeremiah Love. A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1 at the 38-yard line.
From the 38 now, here's 2nd down and a yard. Here's Love. And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield. Ricky saying, I am ready for some regular season carries. He's got a first down.
And the Cardinals.
Yeah, and a nice run there. And, you know, during the offseason, I think a lot of experts, Mike, they said Jeremiah Love, he might be the best overall player in the draft. And, you know, pretty clear that the Cardinals thought he was, taking him 3rd overall, making him the highest drafted running back since Saquon Barkley.
They'll go again with Love. He'll be stopped after a pickup of about 3. DeMarvion Overshown there on the tackle.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd down and 7. From the shotgun, it's Brissett. This one, batted away. It's incomplete. Deron Bland. Good coverage, and he gets his hands on that one.
Solid rep there for this corner, Mike. I mean, to stay disciplined with his technique throughout the entire play. So often we see when the ball's put in the air, the defender can panic, and they either get a pass interference or they misplay the ball. This time, he times it perfectly and forces the incompletion.
Hit as he throws, that one will fall to the turf, and it's incomplete. The pressure too much to get away from that time. Good 3rd down stop, and it sets up 4th down.
And this offense just cannot get anything going right now on 3rd down. If you ask any offensive play caller throughout the entire league, Mike, the importance of 3rd down, maintaining possession, making the defense stay on the field and have long extended drives, it is critical to not only scoring points, but ultimately winning in the NFL.
So now here are the Cowboys. Their offense ready to make their way back onto the field. They lead it here early 7-0 as they start with a 1st and 10. Drive begins with a run by Williams. And he'll look for somewhere to go, but the lanes are all closed up. He's going to wind up losing a yard.
These are the impact plays that this linebacker is capable of, Mike. Not only dissecting and determining where the ball was going, but then to shoot through the line of scrimmage and make this tackle for a loss. That's a big-time play by a really good player.
2nd down, Prescott. That's brought in right side by Pickens. And they're going to mark him down right at the 30-yard line. Pickens, first catch, and that's good for a 1st down.
George Pickens has always had the talent, Mike, to be one of the best receivers in the league. And a year ago in Dallas, it really all came together, talent career high in pretty much every category. So sometimes all a guy needs is a change of scenery, a coach that believes in him, a quarterback that trusts him. And here in Dallas, he gets it all. You know, it's easy to sit up here and say, hey, just keep running the ball. They've been efficient, just kind of wear down this defense by 1,000 different paper cuts. But the problem is, it's only contingent upon your ability to keep the score down. So if you want to continue to run the ball this often, they're going to have to look to their defense to play really well.
That is Ferguson in motion. They'll go again here with Williams. And he is stopped in his tracks. Loss of a couple on the play.
He sniffed that one out from the jump. I mean, once he diagnosed and knew where the ball was going, he got there in a hurry, and he put an end to that play really before it ever got started.
This will be 3rd and 8. That is Ferguson in motion. On 3rd down, Prescott. He'll let this go for Pickens. That one too far out in front. It is incomplete. We'll get a stoppage here. There is an injured Cowboy. You hope against hope here in the preseason, especially, that it's not too serious. Here's the punter now, as he is on to punt for Dallas. And no return on this one. Fair catch signaled for and take. The Cardinals offense getting set to get back to work. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. On the ground, here is Love to begin this drive. Up the sideline at the 35. Big gain on the ground here as he takes this up past the 40-yard line.
21 yards.
Rookie saying, I am ready for some regular season carries. He's got a 1st down.
Well, that's how you get a drive started. A big play here in the run game, and you have to imagine this is something we're going to continue to see. Success early in the drive typically results in success later in the drive.
On the handoff, this is Love. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. Rookie saying, I am ready for some regular season carries. He's got a 1st down.
Couple of explosive runs here to start the drive, and now you got to ask yourself, what's the counterpunch? I think as this defense continues to pack themselves in tight, this is a prime opportunity to try to take a big shot downfield.
Run up the middle, it's Love. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. Rookie saying, I am ready for some regular season carries. He's got a 1st down.
Another big-time run right here, Mike, and it's pretty clear for everyone to see what the plan is for this drive. It's to turn around and continue to feed the back, because right now, the defense has no answers to stop them.
They'll run on 1st down with Algier. Nothing. Met at the line of scrimmage. No gain.
Defensive coaches preach every day, Mike, swarm to the ball. Get as many hats to the ball carrier as possible. And this is a great reason why. The ball carrier is able to make the first guy miss, but it was the pursuit from the rest of the defense that's able to get him down and keep him to no gain.
They put Wilson in motion. On 2nd down, it's Brissett. He gets this complete to Michael Wilson. To the 10-yard line. He is out of bounds there. 17 yards on the gain, and now they've got 1st and goal.
Just a really nice, simple play design. Just get the ball to one of your playmakers on an underneath crossing route, and he does the rest to secure a nice gain. That's just good, simple execution.
And he's in. What a drive. Michael Wilson. Touchdown, Arizona.
And that was just a great drive, really from start to finish, Mike. You could see the play caller just really finding his rhythm, mix in run, mix in pass. Results in the touchdown pass, but really everything they did, the entire possession, worked to perfection. When you can sustain the drives like that and come away with touchdowns, man, that goes a long way towards establishing your identity for the rest of this game.
Chad Ryland now for the extra point. It's up and through. And the Cardinals will tie things up at 7-7 here in the opening quarter. So back to level after the touchdown. Time for the kickoff. Cavante Turpin on the return. And he will be taken down here as the first quarter of play will come to an end. A touchdown apiece here in the first quarter of play. All even on the scoreboard. Greg and I back here in Glendale after this. On to the second quarter. Cowboys possess the football as they are set to start the drive with 1st and 10. Looked like a lateral there, but now it's a free football. Cardinals say they have it, and they do.
Yeah, it's amazing, Mike, that guys still end up fumbling the ball because I can tell you from experience, the first 15 minutes of every offensive practice is ball security circuit, and that could be a combination of multiple things. How to go to the ground without getting loose to the ball, almost like the art of falling. It could be running over bags or through bags as guys take swats at the ball trying to knock it out. There are so many ways to simulate what the game is like because at the end of the day, if you want to win in the NFL, protecting the ball is the #1 priority, and it cannot be stressed enough.
The Cards offense and their running back set to go once more. And he's been a tough man to stop in this first half, putting up some big numbers already. And remember, we haven't even reached halftime yet. They put Wilson in motion. Here's a handoff to Love. Oh, the ball comes out. The Cowboys have it. And they're going to get the football here out beyond the 10-yard line.
And as you can see with that fumble, Mike, it really just goes back to the fundamentals of how they're taught to carry the ball. And they talk about the points of pressure. And the biggest thing really, Mike, is you want the front tip of the ball, the part where your fingers cover, to always be higher than the back tip of the ball. So often you see that front tip go down, and it makes it so much easier for that defender to kind of rake it out. So you want pressure against the outside of the ball, both tips, the inside of the ball, and then keep that front point up.
Here's a handoff to Williams. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard.
Back's doing everything in his power to try to get that ball around the edge to the boundary, but just great pursuit there by this linebacker, staying with his angles, running through contact, and he makes the play behind the line.
That is Ferguson in motion. Williams, first down, and he's not done. Javonte Williams. And he is gone. 86 yards. Touchdown, Dallas.
And this is the conversation that surrounds the topic of running the ball in the NFL. Mike, if you're going to rely on scoring on 10, 11, 12-play drives and then fight it out in the red zone, there's a lot of pressure on that red zone offense. It's going to be very hard to accumulate a lot of points, but when you can be explosive, you can score from a ways out, that's the sign of the most impactful run game, and big-time play there.
The kick is good. makes the score Cowboys 14, Cardinals 7.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. The return starts from the 5. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. The Cardinals offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. They trail now 14-7 as they'll come up for 1st and 10. He'll start this drive by keeping it himself. And he'll take this forward for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
Not much there this time, Mike, and I'll tell you, you don't want to open your quarterback up to too many of these unnecessary hits. I mean, this isn't a gotta-have-it play. This isn't a critical 3rd down or a red zone try. Like, you want to save these plays for when the game's on the line, because if not, you're opening yourself up to some big hits on meaningless plays.
Quick slant into the hands of Wilson. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40. He had their lone touchdown of the game earlier, and he comes through with the catch and a 1st down in this spot.
At the 39-yard line.
Operating from the gun is Brissett. A throw left side, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
You talk about a quarterback getting bailed out. Man, that is a pick all day long. And as this defender enters the huddle, you see a bunch of his guys hitting him on the helmet. But I can promise you, they're saying, next time, you got to come down with that one.
They put Wilson in motion. They'll go play action. A throw out wide. That is dropped. That could be a live football. And it looked like the Cardinals were quick to react and get on it. So no turnover. They keep the ball. Now, after that near turnover, clock is stopped. We have an injured player. Well, they come to the line. Not an easy one to convert. 3rd and very long. Throw it. Brissett. Open man there. It is Bourne. And he'll get a good chunk of that yardage back, but he's still well short of the 1st down.
They pick up a nice chunk play there through the air on 3rd down, but it's not quite enough to move the chains. Now the question is, how aggressive is this head coach willing to be as he tries to extend this drive?
3rd time punt team has been summoned in this 1st half. Kicks away. And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback, and will come out to the 20-yard line. The Cowboys offense and Javonte Williams getting set for this next possession. And as a play caller, when you've got a guy who's running like this, you lean on him and your offensive line. He's had big opening after big opening and big numbers in this 1st half. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. Dak, fake to Williams. Now he'll throw. Just trying to avoid the rush there. He's hit as he threw, and the pass is incomplete.
And once he got his head around, he realized he was in danger. I mean, luckily, he was able to get rid of that ball before it turned into a negative play.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. In motion, Lamb. Look wide. Get this one complete. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down. Back to throw is Prescott. He'll find Flournoy. That's complete. That's his first reception of the ballgame, and it really comes at a good time as they get the conversion on third down.
So far here early, Mike, the key for this offense has been their ability to maintain possession by converting on these third downs. It's going to be a big storyline the rest of the way. This defense has to find a way. When they force third down, they got to get off the field.
They'll go with Williams. Woo! And he works past the 40, taken down after a gain of 7.
And he's been on an absolute tear throughout this entire game, Mike. I mean, he's averaging over 10 yards per carry. And anytime you can run the ball with that explosiveness, it's just going to be hard to beat.
From the 41, here's 2nd and 3. A give, and here comes Williams. And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield. Want to save some of those for the regular season. That's a first down.
This offensive line continues to be very physical at the point of attack. They've been able to give their backs plenty of room to run. And that's why they've already eclipsed the century mark here in the opening half.
On first down, right back to Williams. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe he gets a yard out of that one. It's 2nd down.
1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
It's another run here for Williams. And he will lose yardage on the play. They knock him back to midfield.
How often do we see linebackers be so fast trying to track down the ball carrier that they end up actually overrunning the play and allowing the running back to cut back? But not this guy. Does a great job staying in phase, stretching this ball out sideways, and he brings him down for a loss.
Prescott from the gun on third down. He's got his tight end. That's Ferguson. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line.
First down.
That's his first reception of the ballgame, and it really comes at a good time as they get the conversion on third down. This drive rolling now, another 1st and 10. That is Ferguson in motion. First carry now for Jaden Blue. And he'll be met in the backfield and dropped behind the line of scrimmage.
So they go with the first down run, hoping to just get them some positive yards and get themselves into a good 2nd down situation. But now they find themselves in 2nd and long. So the more you give defenses the opportunity, Mike, to defend you one-dimensionally. So in this case, we're only playing you in the pass. It stresses your protection, it stresses your play caller, and ultimately, it stresses your quarterback. The best defenders can just sense when a screen is coming. They can tell the body language of the offensive lineman's pass set. They can tell on the drop of the quarterback. It just doesn't look right. It's exactly the case here. Great job getting to the back and taking him down for a loss.
3rd and long. Throwing is Prescott. That's caught Flournoy, right side. And they were hoping for a little more on that one. Brought down well short of the first. It'll bring up 4th down. On for the field goal now, it's Brandon Aubrey. This one from 49. Aubrey's kick is good. And the Cowboys build their cushion to 10. It's now 17-7.
What a start to a career for Brandon Aubrey. All-Pro as a rookie in 23. He's been the NFC's Pro Bowl kicker 3 years running, and he delivers again for the Cowboys here in year 4.
Back out is Brandon Aubrey. Had the field goal a moment ago, and now he'll send this one away. This will be returned from the 6. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over. The Cardinals offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. They find themselves down 17-7 as this drive starts 1st and 10. Play action, and here's Brissett. Pass right side, and Higgins has the catch.
There's no more efficient play in the NFL, Mike, than the play-action passing game, and you can see here why. You make the defense have to honor both the run and the pass, and he's able to pick up a nice gain to his tight end.
2nd and inches. They put Wilson in motion. On 2nd down, here's Love. And he'll have a 1st down as he gets this up close to the 40-yard line.
2nd down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a 1st down.
So, from the 39, they come up on 1st and 10. This one complete to Bourne. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards.
2nd and 3 at the 46-yard line.
From the 46, here's 2nd down and 3. Run out of the gun with Love. That one never got started. Defensive pressure too much, and they drop him in the backfield.
We don't give these big guys enough credit, Mike, just how fast these defensive tackles really are. Here he uses his speed to break through, take the back down for a loss.
They need 8 as they come up for 3rd down. Working out of the gun, here's Brissett. Pressure all around him, and down he goes.
They got to find a better way to neutralize this pass rush, Mike. The protection appears to be overwhelmed by this blitz package, and with nobody coming open downfield, he's got no choice but to just eat the ball and take the sack.
Here's Blake Gillikin now, as he'll come on to kick for the 5th time here tonight. A fair catch signaled, and they'll have it just outside their own 20. The Cowboys offense and Javonte Williams getting set for this next possession. Their lead is 10. They go back to work, try to add to it. It begins with 1st down. Prescott going to make the read and keep it himself. And he's out of bounds, up close to the 45-yard line. That's a gain of 21 to open this drive.
You know, it's one of those plays, Mike, that when it works, man, it's a thing of beauty. The defensive end, he crashes down. The quarterback pulls it and escapes around the edge with nobody there and nothing but green grass. And we see this so often at the college level. Teams in the NFL have gotten a lot better defending it, but this time it works to perfection and picks up the 1st down.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the Cardinals' 49-yard line.
From just across the midfield stripe, here's 2nd and 3. A pitch comes to Williams. And he'll work his way for about 4 yards. That's good enough for a first down.
And the offensive line does a really nice job winning this play at the point of attack. And once he got the ball, all he had to really do was just find a crease and hit it, and he's able to pick up the first down.
Momentum building here. On this drive, they go again, 1st and 10. To throw is Prescott. And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away, and that'll set up 2nd down.
They just have to be more creative with their route concepts, Mike. I mean, there's nobody open, nowhere to go with the ball, and quarterback's just forced to throw that one away.
2nd and 10. Now Prescott. That's complete. Left side to Pickens. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line.
It's a gain of 20.
That's his 3rd catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes, and there is a lot of room to operate.
On first down, it is Williams. Not much. 2nd and long coming up.
Cody Simon on the tackle. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 24-yard line.
Two minutes remain here in this first half. We'll have more from Glendale after this. Here's 2nd and 9. That is Ferguson in motion. Now a 2nd down throw for Prescott. And unable to connect there. It's incomplete.
Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far.
Operating from the gun. Here's Dak. Pass caught. It's Flanor. That's his 3rd catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
A gain of 12.
You can see this connection is just starting really to pick up. They're seeing the game through the same set of eyes, and that is the job of the receiver. What is my quarterback expecting from me? Where does he want me? Be there on time, and it leads to big gains like this.
Dak going to throw it here on first down. And that's going to wind up incomplete. Cannot connect with Jake Ferguson that time.
I'm not so sure he would have picked up the first down had they connected either way, but still, disappointing outcome to not at least get a handful of positive yards on that last one.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. To the air again. Prescott. That's out wide to Williams.
And this is just high-level quarterback play down here in the red zone. The way they teach them their progressions, Mike, it's touchdown, check down. You don't want to take a sack, and you certainly don't want to turn the ball over. He knows he has nothing down the field, nowhere to go to his receivers and tight ends. Check it down to your back, let them do the rest after the catch, and it results in a touchdown.
Aubrey now for the extra point. He gets it to go, and the Cowboys up their lead. It's now 24-7.
Cardinals 7.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Here comes a return from the 5. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. The Cardinals offense and their running back set to go once more. The motion man here is Bourne. Now Brissett throwing on 1st and 10. He'll get that to Wilson. Arizona will take its first timeout. Clock will stop, and they'll stop it just over a minute remaining in this first half.
2nd and a yard at the 39-yard line.
So they have it 2nd and 1. They put Wilson in motion. Now it's Brissett throwing left side there, but it is incomplete.
It's clear whatever they were trying to set up was not going to work. He went through his entire progression, had nobody to throw the ball to, and just kind of surrenders the play and throws it away.
Here they come for 3rd and 1. He'll try to pick it up with Love. And he's going to have a Cardinals first down by a couple of yards. Able to convert there on 3rd and 1.
That's good.
And these are the tough yards you judge it back by, Mike. We used to say to our backs, hey, even if we don't block everyone, you've got to be your own blocker. Like, you have to find a way to get 1 yard and keep this drive alive. And I think he's able to pick up that first down by about a yard or 2.
A short one here, caught by McBride.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
This will be a 2nd down and 6. From the shotgun, it's Brissett. That's going to wind up incomplete. Not much time remaining. Time for one more snap here in this first half.
The coverage by Caleb.
And this is the tricky element of these deep balls, Mike. You want to hit the guy in stride. You want the touchdown. You want the beautiful highlight play. But sometimes you're better off underthrowing a receiver than you are overthrowing them, because as we see time and time again throughout the league, an underthrown deep ball, more times than not, leads to a pass interference call.
That's going to be incomplete. They took a shot on the final play. Prayer not answered. And that is how this first half will come to an end.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick recap of the first half, which has been strongly one-sided. This is heading towards blowout territory unless they can come from behind and get themselves a victory. Let's find out what happens in the second half. Let's go back out to the commentary team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
All right, Scott, thank you. Second half drawing near. So good to have you back with us here on EA Sports. Very one-sided first half of action. Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The third quarter is underway. Oh! And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Cards offense going to have the first crack at it as we begin this third quarter. The deficit is 17, so they got to start cutting into it soon. See if it starts here. 1st and 10. play fake. Here's Brissett. Catch left side is made by Higgins. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a
2
couple.
yards on the pickup.
Well, let's give some credit to the big boys up front in the trenches. They knew that blitz was coming. They held up just long enough that the quarterback could get that ball out safely and results in a completion.
They'll go play action here with Brissett. And he just does manage to get rid of this one. Hounded by the defense. They nearly got him. Incomplete, setting up third down.
And even though you're facing a big deficit, I still think this is the right decision. At some point, you do have to start forcing the ball to make something happen, but you can't be reckless. So I think this would have been more on the reckless side, and certainly a good decision. Maintain possession of the ball.
On third down, they'll throw with Brissett. At left side, that's the tight end, McBride. And that one's going to be shut down. They are short of the line to gain. No first down, and the punt team will come on here on fourth down.
Nice job by the defense there, stopping them short on third down. Brings up fourth, but Mike, honestly, I don't think there's much decision to be made. He's got to keep his offense out there. They need to come away with points. They find themselves down multiple scores in this one. They're going to have to maximize these possessions. Oftentimes, these critical downs come down to who executes the best. And in this case, Mike, the defense executed when it mattered the most. Big fourth down stop, and now they're going to get the ball back.
Here's Dak Prescott and the Cowboy offense set to go again. And we run you through the highlights here. It has been a very big performance from the quarterback position, instrumental in leading and executing, and now trying to finish strong and take his team to the finish line. Here's the give up the middle with Williams. And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up second down.
And he has been a handful to deal with throughout this entire contest, Mike. And they came into the game saying, we want to impose our will on the defense. And that's exactly what they've been able to do.
Second down, Prescott. His pass right side is caught by Schoonmaker. And they'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a first down.
This play is actually really well defended here. But I'll tell you, Mike, as you know, my philosophy is the tight end is always open, and this just supports my case.
On the give, it's Williams. And he's able to push his way forward, a gain of about 2. It'll be second down.
In order to be successful as a run-heavy offense, Mike, it's so important that you remain really efficient on first and second down. The last thing you want is to be in third and pass, and it really throws off what you feel like your strengths are. So now you get down here in the red zone, it's got to be touchdowns. These long, sustained drives on the ground, you kick a field goal, that's a win for the defense.
They'll go again here with Williams. And they'll get him down inside the 5-yard line. It's first and goal coming up.
Pretty much just more of the same from what we saw with this back in the first half. And he doesn't need much. He gets a little bit of space, and then he can create the rest. It's the combination of patience, vision, and then the burst to hit the hole once he sees it. This guy's been a handful all day.
Williams, and he's going to be taken down. Not so easy this time. They drop him back behind the line. It's second down.
A loss was definitely not something they had accounted or budgeted for in this spot. And now, I think it really limits what do you feel comfortable dialing up here on second and goal.
Pistol now for Prescott. That's going to be caught. C.D. Lamb. Touchdown, Dallas.
Touchdown.
He's got another one. His second touchdown of the evening. Tight spaces down there. Things happen quick. Greg, a quick decision and great execution for the score.
You're exactly right, Mike. Down here this close to the goal line, everybody's clock has to speed up. Not only the quarterback processing to get the ball out of his hand, but you have to win as a receiver quickly and give the quarterback somewhere to go with the ball. It was that quickness at the line of scrimmage that led to that touchdown.
On for the PAT is Aubrey. He knocks it through. Cowboys will extend this third quarter lead.
31, Cardinals 7.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Very good kickoff. Returnable from the 4. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. The Cardinals offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And this has been a nightmare game for him so far. He had the lost fumble earlier and limited success running against this stout defense. Come off the field a couple of times shaking his head. What can you do? Right now, the answer is he can't do much. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. Operating from the gun is Brissett. On throw here, right side, falls incomplete.
There's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
On 2nd down, it's Brissett. And time runs out there. He just airmails it towards the bench. Incomplete. You can sense a little frustration there. It brings up 3rd down.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
That's caught by Harrison right side. And he'll be out of bounds, well short of the line to gain, and that'll set up 4th down.
It's 4th down.
So barring an aggressive decision here on 4th down, it looks like this is going to be a 3 and out. So this offense has to get to the sideline and regroup, figure out what went wrong, fix it, because they've got to be able to maintain possession the next time out.
Now, fair catch. He'll take it at about the 24-yard line. There's C.D. Lamb heading back out there with the rest of his Cowboys teammates. Drive begins with a run by Williams. It's a pickup of about 3 to the 28-yard line.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Second and 7. Dak fake to Williams. Now he'll throw. To the left side, he's got Ferguson. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up third down.
And it's third down.
That is Ferguson in motion. On third down, Prescott. He's got his man. It's Pickens. They get 16 on that connection. First down, Cowboys.
16 yards.
It just seems like whenever they need a big play on third down, you can almost guarantee that he's someone they're going to try to get the ball to, and certainly easy to see why. Clutch play by everyone involved and keeps the offense on the field.
QB will survey the defense on 1st and 10. In motion, Lamb. Throw to the right flat. It is caught. And he's not going to be able to get away. Good defense on the perimeter. It'll be a loss of yardage.
It almost seemed like the defender was getting the play call sent into his helmet, just like the quarterback, because he knew the play before they even snapped the ball, and that play had no shot.
They run over center with Williams. They converge on him quickly. They'll only get a couple. Buda Baker active and making the tackle there.
It's a gain of 2 yards. And it's third down.
3rd and 9. From the shotgun, it's down. Contact as he delivered it there, and the pass is incomplete. Good job defensively to make sure he could not find a throwing lane, and it sets up 4th down.
So the hope is your 1/3 down conversion from really jump-starting a possession that ultimately leads in points, but after that 3rd down incompletion, kind of throws a wrench into those plans.
And we will not have a return here. This one angled out of bounds. Out comes the Arizona offense. They get ready for their next possession. And time again, Greg, the yards on the ground have been very difficult to come by.
Yeah, and it really goes against conventional wisdom, Mike. You hear so often everyone talk about you run the ball to open up the pass, and really that's not necessarily true. Oftentimes when you're having trouble on the ground, the best way to open things up underneath is by passing the ball, and that could be a variety of ways. Throwing it downfield, screen passes, swing passes. Just get the ball into the hands of your playmakers and open things up.
From the 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10. The motion man here is Bourne. We're set now on 1st down. That one is completed to McBride. And they bring him down, but not until he gets the 45-yard line.
A gain of
19 yards right away to kick off this drive.
1st down.
And if he's late with that throw, Mike, there's a really good chance a defender could have made a play on it. But he does a beautiful job. He puts the ball out in front of his shoulder, leads the receiver, and allows him to get upfield and pick up the 1st down.
RPO, quick throw, grabbed by Wilson. And he'll be out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a 1st down.
Really nice job there, Mike. I mean, he sees the blitz coming and just gets the ball out of his hands. Understand where your outlets are. It results in an easy pitch and catch and move the chains.
He plunges forward for a couple of yards. Demarion Overshown there on the tackle.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
From the 43, here's 2nd and 8. Working out of the gun, here's Brissett. He'll get this off to Love, and that'll go for a gain of 7, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
There's a lot of ways to get the ball in the hands of your running backs, and it's not always by just handing it to them. In this case, it's a simple check down, picks up a good gain, brings up 3rd down.
It's going to be 3rd. They need 1. first down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
When you decide to throw the ball on 3rd and 1, typically, Mike, what you're doing is you start from the top down. If you have the big shot downfield, take it. If not, the quarterback works through his progression, finds the medium target, picks up a first down.
Now, another 1st and 10. A zone read here, and he's going to keep this himself. And he takes it down to the 15-yard line. 14 on the pickup. It's good for a Cardinals first down.
And this is really an area, Mike, that he excels in. He makes the right decision to keep the ball himself, and then when he hits the hole, he doesn't stop until he picks up the first down.
On the ground, it's Love. And a good job following his blockers, a gain of 7. It'll be 2nd down.
And as of right now, they find themselves trailing at the moment, but it's certainly not because of the ground game. I mean, he's averaging over 4 yards per carry. Just hasn't been enough to overcome some of their shortcomings elsewhere.
Now, this looks like a design run. He's going to get nothing out of that one. Bottled up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain.
You could see the quarterback, once he got the snap, he was looking for any seam, any daylight, but nothing materialized, and he's fortunate he got back to the line of scrimmage.
3rd down, 3 to go. Here is Brissett. This one just too far for the receiver. Out in front of him. That one falls incomplete. Marvin Harrison Jr., the intended target. And it's going to lead to 4th down.
Teams practice these situations all week long, Mike. Down here in the tight red zone, you find yourself inside the 10-yard line. You're thinking, we've got to come away with a touchdown. Well, after that 3rd down incomplete, it's going to be real interesting to see how they approach this 4th down after failing on 3rd.
Oh, he's going to be very close. It depends on the mark, but he is short. They've held him on 4th down. What a stand. The Cowboys offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. And as we look back now, Greg, at how we got here, we got a ton of highlights of the offense so far. In particular, great passing.
Yeah, and if you want to score points in the NFL, Mike, there's no secret. You've got to do it primarily through the air. And with 3 touchdowns here so far, that's exactly what we've seen. It's been deep balls. It's been intermediate shots. It's been good run after catch. This has really been high-level offense on display right from the jump.
They'll start this on the ground. It's Williams. And that'll be a pickup of 3.
He was brought down by Josh Sweat. A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 9-yard line.
See what they have for 2nd and 7. Go play action. It's Prescott. Well, left side, caught by Ferguson. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a first down after a gain of 7.
That quarterback called that play in the huddle. That ball was only going to one guy. He was the first read, the second read, and the check down, and it was called to perfection. They got the perfect look and led to a nice game.
They put Pickens in motion. Here's a handoff to Williams. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6.
Andrew Wingard on the tackle. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 22-yard line.
From the 22 now, here's 2nd down and 4. On the ground, this is Williams. They had that play dialed up defensively. Stopped him in the backfield. Loss of a yard.
It's a loss of a yard.
This back's been having his way
And
all
it's
night long, Mike. Just a lot of
down.
room to operate. Great job by the offensive line all night long, but in this case, defense does their job. They're able to penetrate, get in the backfield, and take them down for a loss.
In motion, Lamb. Prescott from the gun on third down. He'll find Flournoy. That's complete. He's going to have the first down. So they convert on third down with a pickup of 9.
I think they're going to have to be more creative here on the back end with the types of coverages they show this quarterback. Change the look pre-snap to post-snap. Mix in zone, mix in man. They got to make it more challenging on the quarterback going forward.
Now they'll pitch it out here. And he will not be able to turn upfield. He'll drop him behind the line.
So much of what makes a toss play so good is it allows you to get the ball on the perimeter of the defense really quickly, and it doesn't stress all of your backside blocking. But on the downside, it does get your running back running east and west. They're running sideways for the first couple steps, and with a defense that can run to the ball, we're able to get you down for a loss.
And much more room to run on this one. Pickup of 8, and that'll bring up third down. We'll get a stoppage here. There is an injured Cowboy. You hope against hope here in the preseason, especially, that it's not too serious. It's 3rd and 4. Operating from the gun, here's Dak. And his receivers blanketed. He'll just throw this one away, and it brings up 4th down. Jake Ferguson was the intended target. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
Well, in a game that seems like it's gone all in their favor, that's kind of one of the rare cases where this offense didn't appear to be on the same page, because for as good as they have been all day long, this possession at least, they're going to stall out.
This brought in out past the 20. And it'll be brought down, short return, and they'll take over there. The Cardinals offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. The motion man here is Bourne. On first down, we're set. And he can't hang on through the contact. Incomplete. Good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. It'll bring up 2nd down.
Sometimes it's those footsteps. I don't care how long you've been playing or at what level you've been playing at. When that defender's bearing down, you really get a good idea of what guys are willing to go through contact to secure a catch, and in this case, what guys are under.
And no room to be found. We'll get this back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
It's 3rd and 10.
So, 3 quarters now in the books. EA Sports back for more from the NFL preseason after this. Third and 10. They put Wilson in motion. He's got his tight end. That's McBride. What a start to the quarter. That's a pickup of 19.
19 yards.
These can be tricky situations defensively, right? The game is all but over. Barring something unforeseen, you got this one in the bag, but you still want to finish on a high note. You still want to walk off the field and put an exclamation point on what's pretty much been a dominant performance right from the start.
Quick slash into the hands of Wilson. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. That's a gain of 16. This offense is humming. A first down.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late. How would you like to be this running back here? You get the ball, you're thinking, all right, get through the line, and next thing you know, the big old D tackle's just waiting for you there in the hole. Nowhere for you to go as he takes you down for a loss.
From the shotgun, it's Brissett. Moving to his left. He's going to run it, and he will give himself up at the end of that one.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. Little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good gain.
They need to get it to the 27. This is third down. Throw it. Brissett. He's got his man. It's Harrison. And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They've got it inside the 15.
It's a gain of 20.
A gain there of 20. It's an Arizona first down.
First and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Brissett. Back into the hands of Virgil. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
7-yard pickup brings up second and 3 at the 7-yard line.
Second down and 3 coming up. On the handoff, it's Algier. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
We're seeing such an uptick, Mike, across the league in these hybrid kind of positionless defenders, especially safety. So are they a safety? Are they a linebacker? They're good in both coverage. And in this case, they can play near the line of scrimmage and still make plays on the ground.
Third and short yardage. It's Brissett. And he'll have to throw this one away. Defense stiffening in the red zone. And it's going to bring up fourth down.
A little indecisive there, Mike. I thought he could have pulled the trigger a tad sooner. Instead, he just holds onto the ball a little too long. The windows close up and ultimately has no choice but to just simply throw the ball away.
They'll run for it. It's Algier. And he's not going to get there. Couple of yards short. And this is going to be a turnover on downs.
You find yourself down big. It's the fourth quarter. There's really no choice but to go for this at this point. But once again, this defense, they're up to the task, and they come through yet again with a huge stop.
The Cowboys offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. We'll see how they want to attack things here, backed up deep in their own end. It's first and 10. They'll go with Williams. He's got some space past the 20. And so much for being backed up, he takes this beyond the 25-yard line. Want to save some of those for the regular season. That's a first down.
And this is the point of the game, Mike, where you really can start leaning on your run game and try to close this game out. You've got the lead. You're in the fourth quarter, and they're able to pop off a big run.
Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him. Josh Sweat getting through there to drop him for a loss of 6.
And now we're seeing the game kind of go back and forth. Each team trading blows, trying to establish control over the other. Nice chunk play on the previous play. The defense responds back with a sack, and see which team can establish a little bit more of this control as the game unfolds.
That one swung out to blue. And he's out of bounds. It's a gain of 4, but now it's third down.
And it's third down.
Shotgun snap for Prescott. Off-balance throw. It's complete. And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the first down marker.
Just a simple hitch route. Certainly nothing special there or anything downfield, but the idea is the more of those you throw and those efficient passes, the second the defense moves up to take it away, that's when you go for the big ones.
That's fielded at about the 18. Oh, hello. He is stopped in his tracks on that one. They made sure that return was not going any farther. Jacoby Brissett going to bring the Cardinals offense back out onto the field here. And he has been masterful so far leading this offense, keeping the mistakes to a minimum, on point with his passes, generally one step ahead of the defense all game long. On 1st and 10, here's Brissett. And he'll somehow manage to get rid of it. He took a shot, too. The pass falls incomplete.
The threat of making a poor decision and throwing a pick is always in the back of your mind, and while you can't play scared, you do have to play smart. If you can't find an open target, throw the ball away, live for the next down.
On 2nd down, here's a run with Algier. Room to run at the 40. And he's out of bounds, up close to the 45-yard line.
A gain of 17
Want to
yards.
save some of those for the regular season. That's a first down.
First down.
This is a clear example of a running back who really trusts his speed. He understands if he just holds his line towards the sideline, he's going to outrun most of the defenders on the field. That's exactly what he does. Picks up the first down before being forced out of bounds.
And he broke through the initial contact, winds up getting about 3. It's 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Operating from the gun is Brissett. And he just does manage to get rid of this one. Hounded by the defense. They nearly got him. Incomplete, setting up 3rd down.
This has really been the story of this entire game, Mike. I mean, this pass rush has had the advantage over the offense pretty much from the jump, and they've already recorded a couple of sacks, a handful of close calls, and it's the pressure in the backfield is why this team finds themselves with the lead here late in this ballgame.
And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up 4th down.
Anytime you call a running back screen, the key is the relationship between the offensive line and the running back. They have to be in sync perfectly to set up the big play. That wasn't the case here on 3rd down. He gets tackled short of the sticks.
Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. He's got his man, right side, it's complete. And he's going to have the first down. An aggressive call there, but it works out as they convert on 4th down.
Offensively, landing a lot of body blows on this drive, Mike. Just the ability to steadily march the ball downfield and remain so efficient, both run and pass. As they continue to wear this defense out, they have to find a way to end this drive with points. Anything short of that would be a bit of a letdown.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
From the 41, here's 2nd down and 9. McBride is the motion man. The RPO, that one is complete. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down.
That's a gain of 7.
The timing of these RPO concepts, that's the entire key. Remember, Mike, in the college game, they get a 3-yard window that they're allowed to be downfield even on a forward pass. That's not the rule in the NFL. These decisions have to be made quickly. If not, even after a good pickup, you could be coming back due to a flag.
He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. A gain there of 11. It's good for a Cardinals first down.
I know, I'm biased. But listen, you can't convince me, Mike, that there's a better option on the field, especially when you got a guy like this, that on 3rd down or critical moments, that's where the ball needs to go. The size, the speed, the matchup problems that he creates. If I was in a critical situation, there is no doubt where I'm going with the ball.
Now Brissett throwing on 1st and 10. That is caught. What a throw. Devin Duvernay. Touchdown, Cardinals. Touchdown here in the 4th quarter, Greg. They have a big mountain to climb, but at least they're technically still alive in this one.
And now, Mike, we're going to see them line up to go for 2. They're going to see if they can get this lead down to 16 points and still give them a chance to fight back here late in the 4th quarter.
The offense will stay out there as they will line up and go for 2.
The Cardinals will line up for the 2-point.
He's going to try to do it himself. And he will not get to the goal line, so no tacking on 2 points. Still a 3-score game, as the difference is 18. Down 3 scores, and it's late. They're going to need a few bounces to go their way. They'll start right here, trying to get an onside kick.
You have no choice. You find yourself down big here late in the 4th quarter, Mike. You got nothing to lose. Give it a shot. Nice job here by the hands team recovering. They're going to take over possession.
So now here are the Cowboys. Their offense ready to make their way back onto the field. They'll start in the red zone already. This drive beginning at the 20. Now a toss, left side, it's Williams. And a nice game there on 1st down. He takes it forward for 8 yards.
The tackle made at the 12-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
2nd down, they need 2 yards. A give, and here comes Williams. And the defense all over that one. They stop him. There is no gain.
Running back looked a little unsure of himself on that carry there, Mike. You have to think back to that fumble earlier in the game. How much is that still weighing on his mind? He didn't really seem to attack that hole like we've seen in the past. He gets stopped for no gain.
They put Pickens in motion. They'll try to run for it with Williams. Searching for some kind of seed to go forward. It's not there. They get him behind the line. 4th down coming up.
Some defensive ends specialize in getting after the quarterback. Some defensive ends specialize in run game. This guy can really make an impact on both, as we saw here for that tackle for loss.
On for the field goal now, it's Brandon Aubrey. This from extra point range, a 33-yard field goal attempt. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Cowboys will add to their lead here in the fourth quarter.
I think at this point in the game, Mike, when you have things under control, not only were they able to hold on to the ball for a while, they still were able to manage to add 3 points.
Back out is Brandon Aubrey. He had the field goal a moment ago, and now he'll send this one away. Now return coming from the 7. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The Cardinals offense ready to take over once again. Things not looking good. But see if they get the turnaround going here. They'll start this drive with first down. They put Wilson in motion.
The pass. He was brought down by Jayshawn Barham. 10 yards on the pickup. It's second and inches at the 41-yard line.
Second and inches. Brissett gonna throw. And this time the rush gets home. And down he goes.
By Kenny Clark.
Kenny Clark in for the sack. It's a loss of 9 and sets up third down. Now it's Brissett. He'll air it out deep for Wilson. That is incomplete. Well read that time defensively, making it difficult downfield, and that's going to bring up a fourth down.
So this is where it gets really challenging as an offense. You find yourself trailing late in the game. The defense can play you one-dimensional. They know it's a pass-first situation, so extra defensive backs, the zones and the coverage are a little bit tighter and cloudier, and he's having a hard time finding any open windows downfield.
And he's not going to get away. They got him right down after the catch. Great rally to the ball to force a turnover on downs. The Cowboys offense back onto the field for their next possession. Well, the goal here is to run some time off the clock. The game is well in hand as they get back on offense for 1st and 10. A pitch comes to Williams. And he will not be able to turn upfield. They'll drop him behind the line.
I'd like to see that running back be a little bit more decisive with his cut, Mike. You can see he was a little hesitant, and once you're late making that decision, you just kind of get strong laterally. Great job there by the defense, and he has no choice but to take that loss.
In motion, Lamb. Dak going to give this to Blue. And he's going to be taken down, and that will take us to the 2-minute warning. So 2 minutes left to play in the second half. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. On third down, here's Blue. This will not do the trick. They've stopped him behind the line. Fourth down coming up.
Sometimes you run all those big bodies out there, you kind of tip your hand. I always love going big jumbo personnel for a play action. In this case, they keep the ball on the ground. The defense knew it was coming, and they suffer a loss.
A 43-yard attempt.
3 for 3 in the game, as this one is also good. And the Cowboys will add to their lead here in the fourth quarter.
So it's not exactly what you're looking for when you set out on a drive, but at the same time, you don't want to come away empty-handed either. So in this case, they'll take those 3 points.
Back out is Brandon Aubrey. He had the field goal a moment ago, and now he'll send this one away. This one taken at the 7. He'll get across the 20, mark him down at the 23-yard line. The Cards offense make their way out to take over once more. Operating from their own 23, they'll begin 1st and 10. McBride is the motion man. To throw, it's Brissett on 1st and 10. And he'll somehow manage to get rid of it. He took a shot, too. The pass falls incomplete.
And the story of the game has really been the inability of the offensive line to keep this pass rush away from the quarterback. And it's a big reason they find themselves here trailing in the fourth quarter. So as they turn to this passing game to try to mount a comeback, they've got to do a better job protecting the quarterback.
That's caught over the middle. It's Wilson. He'll be brought down up past the 35-yard line. Arizona will take its first timeout. Clock will stop. They get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining.
10 at the 36-yard line.
So, from the 36, it is 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, here's Brissett. Right back to Wilson. He's got it again. And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line. That catch puts him over the 100-yard mark here tonight. And it gives the team a first down.
47-yard line.
Brissett gonna throw again. A throw left side, taken in by Wilson. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
More yards.
That's catch 3 just on this drive. And it gets his team a first down.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
To the air again is Brissett. The pass rush gets home, and he goes down.
A loss of 5 brings up 2nd and 15 at the Cowboys' 38-yard line.
So it's a win here for the visiting Cowboys. As we move closer to the regular season, they'll wrap up the preseason with the finale next week before we get it going for real come September. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. Good night from Glendale.